Happy Wednesday, mga Kamaya fans! Ready na ba tayong lahat maging Maya man? Good evening, guys. We are back to an all-new season of ATRAM Conversations, where we feature investing, personal finance, manifesting na tinatawag, and basically anything that revolves around the investment and financial world. I am JP Chong, your host for this evening. Shout out, and of course, to all our viewers out there, the 67,000 followers on Facebook, and of course, the 11,000 YouTube subscribers all around the world. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your Wednesday night to be with us. So kung sino man dyan ngayon nakatutok or naka-tune in, kahit man pa away from their jobs or galing sa trabaho, hindi naman siguro maulan ngayon kung saan man kayo, and mag-ingat-ingat po tayo pag pauwi na tayo ngayon, or for those who are still in their own offices waiting for their rides. Yes, I hope you can get your ride at makauwi na kayo, or for those man sinong nasa dinner places nila ngayon, hope you have a good night ahead. Of course, and tonight is for those who are tuning in, tonight is your chance to have your questions answered about what are Maya funds, who is Seedbox, and of course, who is ATRAM. Guess what? We've got not one, not even two, but a whopping 3 big shots from both the tech and financial world. So sabi nga dito ni Ronald Resio, so excited daw siya ngayon. And for him, easy na mag-invest kay Maya. Yes, tama po yon. And he hopes na sana mas mabilis siya and updated lagi and the details sa mga investments dito. We will explain that later on in our live stream. Alright? So kaya naman, katulad ni Ronald, just type in your questions in the comment section down below, and we'll try to answer as many questions as possible for tonight. And sabi nga ni Sean, new Maya member here, so welcome to the family. Thank you very much for joining us. So guys, hello to those who are watching on Facebook and YouTube. From Prashant, let's go further for fintech advancements. Yes, tama yan. Thank you very much for tuning in. From Janice Javier, excited na daw siya, and kami excited. And thank you very much for joining us this evening. Right, guys, feel free to comment down below. Mag-like, mag-share. You can also share our live stream to all your other friends. And here, a comment from Andrew Cow. Hope to have some prizes and giveaways. Yes, for those who tuned in for tonight, we have not only we don't only have information for you guys for you to learn more, but we also have prizes. So tutok po kayo. Later we will discuss kung paano kayo mananalo sa prizes namin, and of course kung anong klase mga prizes na ito. So tidbit, meron tayong konting na tinatawag na prizes, and of course meron tayong kinaabangan na Maya credits. Alright, sige, comment lang kayo dyan down below. So may mga comments tayo nakikita dito ngayon from Genevieve Lau. Let's go Seedbox, ATRAM, and Maya. Yes, thank you very much for tuning in. And a comment from Sid Reyes. I am really excited to learn. I hope there's a Q&A. Yes, Sid, there will be a Q&A portion for all 3 of our speakers for tonight. And sabi nga ni Charlene Cajano, this is exciting. Yes, tama. So thank you very much for tuning in. So again, everyone, thank you so much for your continued support. But before that, survey muna tayo, okay? Survey tayo. May I ask, sino dito ang meron ng Maya app? So kung may Maya app man kayo, comment down below. Ako or me, I have a Maya app, okay? Huwag nyo lang i-screenshot, baka makita natin kung magkano yung laman ng Maya app nyo. Or if you don't want to comment na nag-drive man kayo, mag-ingat lang tayo, you can use the emoji button, you can thumbs up, you can click that heart reaction. All right, so a comment here from Trena Sim. Hello, watching from Singapore, just tuning in. Hello, Trena, thank you very much for tuning in all the way from Singapore. I hope you are doing well out there. All right, so guys, comment nyo na lang sino dito. Oh, from Janice Javier ulit. Yes, she's a Maya user in Global Tech. So apparently, of course, guys, Global Tech is one of our ATRAM funds that's in the Maya funds platform. So more of it later tonight, okay? So from Ronald Resio also, he is a Maya funds user. Maya user. Thank you very much, Ronald. And here's a comment from Ram Ascaraga watching from Makati. Hello, sir. Thank you very much for tuning in. And here's from Irvin Solano. He's also a Maya user. Thank you very much. All right. So marami sa atin dito yung Maya users. Now, may tanong naman ako. Sino naman ang invested na sa tinatawag na Maya funds? So comment down below. I think yun yung sinabi kanina ni Janice Javier na global tech. Yes, one of the Maya funds po yun. So comment down below if you're a Maya funds user or investor, or you can also again use that reaction by Facebook or YouTube. Hit that like button or that heart reaction. All right. Here, from a comment from Mariles Robertson, I have a Maya app. Congratulations, ma'am. Thank you very much. I hope you also have that Maya Funds feature. Sid Reyes, watching from Makati while driving. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope sana hindi masyadong matraffic at ingat ka. And another comment from here, Atram investor here from South Korea. Thank you very much for tuning in tonight. All right. So congratulations to those not who don't only have Maya, the Maya app, but to those who have Maya funds. Congratulations sa inyong magandang investment decisions. And if you're someone who hasn't taken the plunge into the whole investing scene, guess what? You're totally in luck. This live stream is your go-to destination today, as we're all about giving a helping hand to newbies just like yourself. So hindi lang newbies, pwede din yung mga tinatawag natin na seasoned investors. So we're diving into the ABCs or investment 101 or the 101s of investing and cracking the code on finding the perfect investment fund that fits like a glove. As we jump into the world of investing, we're aiming to shine a light on how ATRAM's solid funds do its thing and why it could be a key player in making your portfolio. Okay? So, but before anything else, mag-shoutout, pwede din ako, mag-shoutout ako, di ba? So, shoutout to our friends in the ATRAM Seedbox community and to the financial literacy communities. Hi to you guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. Magandang gabi. And we got a brand new addition to our crew or to our partnership, which is now the Maya community. So, hello, shout out to all of you guys, and thank you very much. They're here to lend a hand on our investing journey, right? So, word on the street is they've got some cool games over there where you can snag awesome prizes too. So, why wait? Sign up now and get a shot at winning some awesome prizes. Okay, so sinasabi ko kanina, stay tuned as we're giving away limited edition ATRAM merchandise and Maya credits all throughout the show. So hindi lang siya sa dulo, pwede natin ilagay sa gitna, before the break, during the games, during the Q&A portion. So yes, you heard it right. We're giving away lots of prizes for tonight. See, hindi lang kayo natuto, but also you get to win exciting prizes as well. So stay tuned as we'll be giving away prizes at any point of our program. And of course, paano ba manalo? So here's one way to win. Just scan that QR code that you can find on your screens or click the link on the pinned comment in the comment section to earn a raffle entry. Winners will be posted on our Viber community page. That's hashtag ATRAMPH community. Kaya don't forget to join. We will have 5 winners. We will have 5 winners from our ATRAM community. Next, 3 lucky shares for tonight. So hindi lang kayo nakinig, nag-comment, nag-like, at kung nag-share pa kayo, you will also have a chance to win an ATRAM merchandise. So of course, what are you waiting for? Share our live stream with a hashtag ATRAMConvo and you might be one of our lucky winners for tonight. We will have 3 lucky winners, as mentioned earlier, for those who will share our live stream. Okay? Right. So all of you investing newbies or froshies ika nga tinatawag in the house, if you're kickstarting your Maya Funds account tonight until this coming Monday, which is September 11, may deal kami para sa inyo. Open up that Maya Funds account, snap a screenshot and fire it over to us along with your full name and mobile number. Shoot it via email all to our ATRAM marketing team. And the email will be flashed on the screen. That's marketingservices@atram.com.ph. And here's the sweet part. Kung ginawa niyo yon, you could be one of the 5 lucky winners to score some awesome ATRAM merchandise. See, nagkaroon ka ng Maya app, nag-invest ka sa Maya Funds, pinakita mo lang sa amin na may Maya Funds ka and you will have the chance to win some ATRAM merchandise. Okay? We will also be having a trivia game later. So, makinig tayo, baka may konting trivia game. Of course, kung may trivia game, may prizes din yun. So, sit back if you are in traffic. Alright, kanina may nagda-drive doon, so ingat lang. Or commuting habang nag-aantay ng Grab, ng Jeep, LRT man, or sa taxi. Watch, learn, and of course, win. All right. So let's see some comments here. Trenasim, I'm an ATRAM investor, but I don't have Maya investment yet. But do not worry. Later we'll explain how you can start your ATRAM investment through Maya funds. All right. Janine Lamarca, Maya user and ATRAM investor. Congratulations and thank you very much for that. With that, tonight we are excited to be joined by some of the most knowledgeable, experienced professionals in the field. And surely maraming investments na hawak to, who will be sharing their insights and answering your questions. First off, una muna, we have our ATRAM's very own Russ Santos. Russ is a graduate from Ateneo de Manila University with a degree in management, minor in enterprise development. Russ is the strategic partnerships manager here in ATRAM. Also, we are joined by our partners in Seedbox. So, hello Jan, Seedbox community peeps who are watching Seedbox partners, comment down below. We have Edmond Daniel Martinez, or of course, we call Ed is the Chief Commercial Officer of Seedbox Technologies Incorporated and the President and CEO of its securities brokerage arm. Ed is a lifelong learner and an advocate of financial education to Filipinos. So kung sino man nakakilala kay Ed personally, like me, sobrang daming ni Ed lisensya. Sinasabi ko sa sobrang dami talaga. And last but definitely not the least, we have Miguel or Miggy Lopa. So Miggy is an accomplished finance professional with expertise in investment management. And Miggy is formerly a multi-asset analyst and assistant portfolio manager with ATRAM. Currently, he is serving as an investment specialist where he drives AUM growth by providing investment advice and product intelligence to client channels. Simply put, si Miggy ay tumutulong sa amin kung paano paintindihin sa mga clients kung how to invest, ano ba yung market, kahit gano'n ka-technical yan, Miggy can help you to learn about it in the simplest way as possible. So we're glad to have him here. And of course, kung may mga questions man kayo kay Russ ngayon, kay Ed, or kay Miggy, comment nyo na at tatakal natin mamaya. Okay? So ngayon guys, thank you for joining us tonight. This is 7 p.m. Wednesday. Salamat Russ. Ed and Miggy, thank you very much. Sana hindi kayo naabala namin kung may date man kayo tonight or kung ano man yan, kung may lakad man. Hope that it's all right, and thank you again very much for joining us this evening.
Of course, yep. Glad to be here.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah, it's also one of our advocacies, JP, no, to be able to share information, magbahagi po sa inyo ng mga kahit anong mga tidbits dyan to help you invest more effectively. Kasi po sa Seedbox, ang gusto natin is meaningful access to investments, hindi lang basta-basta access. So, yeah, we're happy to do this for you guys and hope that you learn something from this session.
Yeah, Miggy. All right, sige.
Yeah,
again,
definitely.
Thank you. All right, thank you. So,
just wanted to say that.
Yeah. Go, Miggy.
I was going to say, hopefully we can share some insights, talk about a few funds. Na you come away from this webinar, knowing more about these potential investments, and hopefully we can provide you with some opportunities with the partnerships that we have now.
All right, thank you very much for those gentlemen. Ulitin ko ang sinabi ni Ed. Andito kami for meaningful talaga, hindi lang pwede na something that we can just impart to everyone, just your typical investment knowledge, but something that could bring value not only to your portfolio but to your lives. Okay? So with that, let's get the ball rolling. So may mga questions na dito pumasok. So we'll just flash it on the screen for everyone. Tanong na natin to, simple na natin mga gentlemen. Okay, sige. So
let's go. LFG.
One question by question lang and tatawagin kayo. Feel free to answer. Okay, so the first question would be for Mr. Russ Santos. So Russ,
yes,
for our viewers for tonight, yes, ikaw yung unang kakrack nito, all right? So for our viewers for tonight, who might be new to the concept, what are Maya funds exactly, and how do they make investing more accessible to the public?
All right. So, short answer, Maya funds is your platform, no, through one of the biggest apps in the country, para makapag-invest ka in UITFs, no, essentially basket of funds. It be given that it's one of the biggest apps in the country. It's pretty much makes investing accessible to everyone. Pero when I say that, parang bakit ba ako mag-i-invest in the first place? Then I always when I'm asked that question, especially by my family members, laging goes back to a short story, no? Na nung high school ako, even college or even just a few years ago, parang wala, yung alam ko lang sa investing, sige, pasok natin sa banko or pasok ko sa cabinet, tapos yun na yun, upo na lang siya. Tapos pag sumusweldo or kapag nakakuha ng allowance, pasok na lang ng pasok. Kala ko noon, ganun yung investing. Pero na-realize ko na mali pala ako. Unang nagpa-realize sa akin yung McDo chicken fillet. Nung college, a few years ago, kaya ko nang mabuhay na 2 chicken fillet kasi 50 pesos lang siya. So, 100 yung sulit.
Nahalataan yung edad mo, Ras. Malaman na natin. Ano katanda kung naabutan mo
Millennial.
Sana 50 pesos pa rin.
Oo, pero ngayon, di ba, parang 100 na siya. So, parang, yung 2 chicken fillet ko na may 2 rice, ngayon, isa na lang yun. So, parang, when I'm encountering that kind of experience, papaisip ako, parang, there must be a better way to, para lumago yung pera ko, di ba? Hindi naman din madali na para sa lahat na kumuha na lang ng part-time job or makapagkuha din ng isa pang trabaho. And it's not really sustainable. So, yung pera na nakukuha ko ngayon, there must be a better way na para mapalago ko pa rin siya. And over the past couple of years as well, diba, this is where investing comes in even more. No? Definitely, when I first encountered it, I was really scared. No? Parang, shocks, baka malulugi ako dito, ganyan. Even nung pumasok ako sa ATRAM, I'll be real and honest na I don't know much what UITFs or mutual funds are. No. Alam ko lang, basket of goods yan, gano'n. Yung typical na kwento-kwento ng mga friends ko rin na nandito rin sa nauna nang pumasok sa ATRAM. And whenever I also see my mom, a separate small anecdote, nagtataka ako, saan mo pinapasok yung investment? Parang ang complicated, no? Parang ang dami mong kailangan papeles. So parang, paano ko to gagawin, no? And meron ako nakikita na, pwede, paano yung mga sa YouTube videos, parang, sila nakakapag-invest sila sa Google, ganyan. Pero dollars yun. Pero, di ba feeling ko, medyo mahirap din na, medyo hindi rin siya as accessible, di ba? Ang dami ring processes na medyo komplikado. Mm-hmm. And, di ba, the longer I was here, doon ko na rin mas naiintindihan na parang, this is where really ATRAM and Seedbox, parang initially joined forces and really, parang really went for it na they made it really accessible and made it, and they made it easier than simpler to really understand. And soon after, di ba, parang the expertise ni ATRAM saka ni Seedbox to really make the technology plus the years of knowledge to make investing easier and accessible, definitely cheaper. Dito rin pumapasok yung partnership natin with Maya, powered by Seedbox, na long-standing partner nga ni Maya. It's able to do 2 things. Make it accessible na kunyari ako, first time ko mag-invest, ngayon ko lang narinig na ano ba yung investing na yan. Pagpasok ko sa Maya Funds, nandun na siya sa harap ko at kaya ko na siyang agad i-explore. Kaya ko na rin makita agad yung mga iba-ibang funds nandun. And at the same time, isa rin sa mga advocacies natin sa ATRAM is really to educate and let Filipinos be knowledgeable and really be comfortable about investing. So, parang trifecta yun na
Ayun.
Definitely.
Russ,
madali na kami mag-invest. Tapos, it's not as scary din kasi it's not as risky in a sense na, di ba, hindi na $100,000 sa kailangan ko pasukin agad-agad. Kaya kung as low as 50 pesos or even $1,000 pwede na. And I also get a lot of information para maintindihan ko kung saan ko pinapasok ko pera ko. And more so, nakakapasok na ako nakaka-invest na ako sa global companies, Google,
Mm.
Tesla, gano'n. Kasi may mga feeder funds, which hopefully may explain din natin mamaya.
Mm. And
Haba
I
na
think,
answer.
if I may just add to that, no, as mentioned
Oo.
by Russ, si Seedbox po ang tech partner po ni Maya for that particular project. So, just wanted to illustrate to you guys how difficult it was in my time to really invest, no. So, pasok ka sa bangko, 'di ba? Kakausapin ka ng mga teller, no. So, if you have mutual funds in your head kaagad, then unfortunately you will not be served kaagad because they all have their own goals, right? So they have all these are also sales institutions. No? So pagpasok mo, sir, meron ka bang bank account? So pag wala, you open it. Meron ka bang card? So it's in the, it's in a very particular order. At in our observations noon, nung time ko, pang-12 item na binabanggit yung funds. Eh ngayon, for retail customers na walang oras, walang enough capital, and walang enough expertise in the market, the funds are most ideal. Yun ang pinakamaganda for retail customers. Pero pang 12 pa nila binabanggit. So, ngayon, kukuha ka lang ng phone mo, bro. You just, open your Maya app and then start investing. Now, of course, there are other access. No, I mean, I've been relating with the banks for the longest time. Of course, who hasn't, right? But just to give you an idea of the amount of paperwork I had to fill out, guys, yeah, just to have an investment in my bank app. So,
And it's
how
tough.
I
That's
spent like the
the
half
word.
day,
And
Russ.
familiar pa yung mga papers na pinakita mo.
Yeah,
No,
sorry.
yung kilala ko eh.
The paper naman, pare. I wrote my name like 26 times. Then that's the only time I was able to access funds in my phone. Yeah. So now it's
Funny
easier
that
than
you say
ever.
that, Ed, no? Because
Mm.
my first ever investment in a mutual fund was actually in 2019 when
Mhm.
I just had my first job, and it was in Seedbox. It was the
Mhm.
Global Tech Fund. So as you're
Salamat,
saying, maybe
sir.
before it was ang hirap, but now it's so easy, and it's so nice that we have partnerships like with Maya that
Yeah.
you just open your app, you can invest easily, and you have this wide range of funds that have global exposure and can
Mhm.
really be tailored to what type of investment you're really looking for.
Yeah.
Alright, thank you very much for that, gentlemen. Ayun, sinabi nga ni Russ kanina, the reason why he started that learning dati, hindi pa siya medyo well-versed on investments kasi naramdaman niyan dati 50 pesos lang yung crispy chicken sandwich ng McDo. Pero Russ, to be honest, naabutan ko siya much cheaper pa before. So, mas napaghalataan pa ako, di ba? And for si Ed, yes, Ed also shared with us earlier that during his time, I hope that's not too long ago, that of course, that's not too long ago, that when you want to start investing before, it's not as seamless, as accessible that you can just whip up your phone, go to your Maya app powered by Seedbox, the Maya Funds feature. Before, pipila ka pa, pipirma ka pa,
Yes, sir.
susukat ka pa, deposit ka pa. It was very manual. So, see the difference of technological advancement from before until now, di ba? All right. So now let's go to the next question. So yeah, can you please flash this next question, please?
La, drum roll, drum roll.
All right. So while waiting, while
Ano?
waiting, konting tech difficulties lang. Let's read out a comment. I've been in by Ryan Borg Sandoval. I've been investing in ATRAM funds. So happy meron na rin sa Maya. Yes, thank you very much for that. At least mas accessible na siya sa'yo through your Maya Funds app. All right? Sige. Now let's go to the next question. So I think this one is for Ed.
Mhm.
Ed, I think you
Yep.
already alluded to this earlier. So nagsimula ka na nito, pero syempre,
Mhm.
let's dig deeper. So how does
Sige.
Maya Funds make investing more accessible and user-friendly for both beginners and experienced investors?
Oo. Thanks, JP. No? So, gaya ng nasabi ko kanina, for beginners, it's really very easy to invest in any fund that you like. So, ngayon, of course, that step that you take from the time that you understand, hey, I want to invest, to picking what type of investment I want is another journey. So, with our partnership with Maya Funds, we're also trying to put out content there to help you just decide. No? So, for beginners, it's very easy. No, like I was born in a middle class family, like most of us. No, and like a lot of us. No? So, of course, there's no talk of investment, pare. I mean, there's no talk of money in the household. It's parang taboo for most Filipino families to do that. And the only one unit course I had for investing, I took in my master's degree as an elective. So yung dulo pa. And we were so fortunate to have this guy from one of the big banks to just step down and talk to us about investing. Nagpa-simulate siya, he had us read a lot of books about investing. So doon ako nagkaroon ng, kumbaga na-download sa akin. So for beginners, like most of you, it's very hard to think about, saan ba ako mag-invest? No? And one of the easier ways to go about that is through funds. Gaya ng sabi ko kanina, kung wala kang enough experience, you don't have enough time to monitor your portfolio, busy ka with work, unfortunately, yung stock market natin, 9 to 3 o'clock, so nagtatrabaho ka nun, or you don't have enough experience and the funds are perfect for you. Like in one of the strategies, which I think is also part of the funds that we have for Maya, is yung investing for the Philippine growth story. Ito alam na alam to ng ating mga guests dito. No? We are one of the countries with the largest, with the most potential in terms of population. We also have a very, very low dependency ratio, meaning that we have a lot of young people supporting the older ones. And we are really at the cusp. No? So ask yourself this. Who will benefit from all this growth? Ang sabi nga niyan ni UN and also some of the investment banking partners that we've read, no, that the Philippines is going to be, or soon going to be, $1 trillion economy. Who do you think will benefit from all of that growth? And the answer is all of these companies. So if you want to invest in that, wala kang panahon, wala kang oras, wala kang expertise, then go for an index fund. May ATRAM, a smart index fund available in Maya funds as well. And mamaya I think pag-uusapan nila Russ at ng mga guests natin dito yung ibang mga feeder funds na also equally exciting. Now, for experienced investors, may benefits pa rin. No? So I've been in the wealth industry also for the longest time. Normally, when we do outlooks, I think alam na natin ni JP in his experience, no? Hindi siya instant translation. They have to go through the RMs, yung mga relationship managers of these wealth customers. Then they get to, interpret that into any particular product. But now, magnanood ka ng content ni ATRAM, nanood ka ng content ni Maya or ni Seedbox, you can immediately just execute that. And yun nga yung experienced investors natin, whether you're trading stocks, di ba? Of course, if you like the high-flying ones, sabi nga nila, hindi naman lagi yung napapanahon. Minsan, like ngayon, walang masyadong, di ba, ganong action. So you can just easily put it in an index fund in Maya funds, right? Para magpahinga lang. Or kung ayaw mong to absorb any of the volatility in the market, kasi as we've seen, no, bawat galaw ng inflation rate natin sa Pilipinas, gumagalaw din yung market. Or yung, diba, it really moves very closely to that. You want to have a safe position, go to a money market fund, go to a bond fund. No? So again, there are many reasons why an experienced investor, and mainly natatrace ko yan, JP, and the rest sa pagod. Like I've talked to like bond investors before, no? So we talk about the interest rates. Paano ba yan? Ang gagawin natin dyan? O mataas ang inflation sa ganitong region, lalala. How do I make my portfolio immune from that movement? So what I tell them is, kung pagod ka na, then go to a bond fund. No? And I think we have a set also in Maya funds, no? Kahit yung mga globally allocated funds at meron din doon. So pag tinatamad ka na, wala kang time, wala kang energy to deal with the market, then just go and get your phone, open your Maya app, and then start investing. Ganun kadali, guys. So yun. So yung mga ideas that we will share tonight, you can just easily execute, no? Right here, right now. So I think that's why what makes it easier to access for beginners, most importantly. Kaya tune in kayo sa content namin here in ATRAM and also in Maya and also in Seedbox. We have our Facebook, IG, and YouTube as well. So if you want, we will be launching our content platforms also. So if you want to learn more about the funds, learn more about how you can use these funds to your particular purpose, then that's the place you need.
All right. Thank you very much for that. And so, of course, before that, sabi nga ni Virgil dito, hirap maging laging updated sa news and knowledgeable sa investments. Buti may funds na hindi kailangan isipin. So, yun yung sinasabi ni Ed kanina na for those beginners and seasoned investors, there's a whatever, if you're a beginner or a seasoned investor, this easy access to the Maya funds will give you that opportunity to invest kahit basic. You don't need to really learn the market. That's the beauty of indirect investments. You don't need to line up to a bank. Just go to your app and just start to invest. And sabi nga dito ni Ronald, napaka-convenient na mag-invest lalo na ngayon na ang busy ang tao. Yes, other than busy, traffic din as well. And time to shine na fintech sa Pilipinas. Yes, tama po yun. Alright, so again, regarding what Ed has mentioned, beginners and seasoned investors, for those na nagsastart pa lang, na hindi mo pa alam, wala kang time mag-aral, and we are here to help you guys out, not only during this session that we're having tonight, but also during our future sessions and through the app as well. And for those who are experienced investors, we have multiple or myriad or sobrang dami nating options para sa inyo that you can dabble into. Sabi nga ni Ed, madami tayong choices, which will bring me to my next question that's directed to Ross. So many of us have heard companies like Google, Apple, and Tesla. Of course, kilala naman natin yan. So how does investing in ATRAM funds through Maya allow us to invest in these popular companies without needing a large sum of money? Baka isipin ng iba, baka ang mahal. So, Ross, explain to us or clear the notion kung paano ba talaga mag-invest sa mga ganitong klaseng kumpanya.
So, ganito yan, no? So, diba? As a Filipino, diba, nandito tayo sa Pilipinas, yung mga companies na yan, nasa US na sa kabilang side ng mundo. So, it's very, by itself, no, the process is already very tedious and costly for many of us. Diba? You have to pay in dollars, tapos syempre yung mga rules then when it comes to investing in those companies are not here. It's in the US, US markets. And investing in stocks by itself, and this also comes from experience, from very hard learned experience. It's very risky. It takes a lot of effort and it costs a lot. I remember when I dabbled into this like a long time ago, I didn't know too much. Sige, pasok ko na lang sa app. Try ko pumasok sa Google. So talagang re-research ko pa siya. Nag-convert pa ako ng pinag-ipunan ko only to learn na malulugi lang din ako after 1 month. And I bet a lot of people have mga stock vloggers would say na 99% would really experience what I experienced. So by itself, it makes it already parang disencouraging. What we did in ATRAM, and through Seedbox as our partner, and now with Maya, is ATRAM is one of the first, if not the first, to have this concept called feeder funds. So feeder funds, funds being a basket of goods. We have other fund manager partners. Now we connect to essentially, which makes investing in those global stocks, global securities accessible to us Filipinos. What's more exciting about this is through feeder funds, we're not exactly have to pay na in dollars. No? So for as low as $1,000, say for example in our global technology feeder fund, I can already have a small share of the likes of Google, of Tesla, of Microsoft.
Yes.
And so kapag nakakarinig akong balita about like the US, nagbo-boom yung Silicon Valley, I can also take on that opportunity from the other side of the world, and for smaller amount of money, peso pa. And I think my favorite part of this, across that, is as what we were discussing just a few minutes ago. We have experts here in ATRAM that are already doing the research that I couldn't do because I'm tired and I can't stay up 24/7 just tracking the market. So we have our fund managers here. We have our analysts that does like night in night out nagre-research sila just so alam nila kung saan dapat pinapasok yung allocate yung mga pera na pinapasok natin. So over a long period of time, we'll be able to cash in on that growth that is also happening in other places in the world.
Tama. I think I have to agree very much with Russ here. No, now more than ever, these feeder funds are most important. JP. No, so if you've been an investor in the stock market in the Philippines for the longest time, you know that since 2008 we never really got anywhere. I mean, diba, if you
Sideways
try
market.
to, diba, it's a sideways market for the longest time. So, but there are other countries, there are other markets, there are other centers of population where growth is very high. So I think now more than ever, you should always diversify o maglagay ka ng konti dun sa mga markets na yan. And with Maya funds, it's even easier. No? So just pull out your phone. Kunyari, oh, sige, I invested in the Philippine Growth Story. Oh, binata index fund. Ang ganda niyan, di ba? But you can just easily put 20%. 30%, even 50% in these foreign funds no, para you have access. And mamaya, I think si Miggy will be talking about a lot of these foreign feeder funds no, that are very exciting, which I also personally invest in kasi nga, it's so easy, it's so convenient.
Siyempre, hindi, as Filipinos, na hindi tayo papahuli. So, kunyari, merong
For
malaking
sure.
opportunity, sabihin na sa
Ayan.
US.
Yeah.
Bakit?
And it's always good to diversify, beyond
Yes.
your home bias.
Ito, pare, may
Wait
question
lang,
yan.
sige, thank you very much for that, gentlemen. And of course, just to add lang what Ross has mentioned earlier na yung analysts namin or investments team namin dito sa ATRAM, day in, day out, we help you guys, our investors, for those who want to have easy access to those information for you to learn more. We have our a Viber community page, that's ATRAM PH community for you. Just join us so you can have more information. So we'll go to the next question that's keyed here inside, and this is for Ed. Ed, para sa'yo to. So ayan, pakilataan na talaga, Ed.
Interesting.
Tanong ko lang po kay Sir Ed Martinez. Dati po naririnig ko na 1% lang ng mga Pilipino ang nag-i-invest sa stock market. Ngayon po, mga ilang percent na kaya tayo?
Ang very interesting dyan, JP, is that the stock market in the Philippines has been around for 100 years. We're one of the first stock markets in Asia. But if you take a look at yung report nila sa kanilang website, yung kanilang stock market investor profile, there are only 1.8 million stock accounts. So that was before the pandemic, I think. That's 2019, I think. So might be a little bit more recently, but definitely something that we can still improve. 1.8 million. Sabi mo na mga 2.5 on the more aggressive side. That's still 2.5% of every Filipino. No? So clearly, there is a mismatch on the product. And if you take a look at how you invest in stocks, really, your style will be determined by, again, how much time you have. Gaano ka kadalas makaka-check ng account mo? How much capital do you have to properly diversify? Kasi hindi lang yan, kunyari, may pera ka sa stock account mo, tapos ibomba mo lang sa isang stock, diba? Then, I mean, si Miggy will talk more about how that's not a wise decision. And lastly, is expertise. So there's many ways to skin the cat. But yung pinaka-angkop sa mga beginners at sa mga taong just walang time para mag-invest or magtingin sa mga ganyang information, ang funds. At yun nga, gaya ng sabi ng kanina, just pull out your phone, access your Maya app, and then go to Maya Funds. You can already access. And ako, sa akin, JP, very basic yung use ko dun. So, pag every time I receive something, I just go to my Maya app and then invest a bit. Unti-unti. Minsan araw-araw pa nga, di ba? So again, it makes me build a habit. So yun po, Mr. Ronald, so the only way we can change that is if we encourage our family members, mga kaibigan natin na you can start investing. Sobrang dali na kasi may fund manager ka na sa funds. No need to look at it. Kung wala kang panahon, busy ka sa trabaho mo, and when you have time in the evening, pull out your Maya app and then just start investing. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much for that, Ed. Before we proceed, sabi dito ni Virgil, Sir Miggy, magdi-discuss ka ba ng funds? Ano ba ang okay na funds invested ngayon? So thank you very much for that question, Virgil. We have a segment later for Miggy talaga. We'll dive deeper. And of course, there's one here from Aaron Reyes to tie up what Ross has mentioned earlier. Ang galing that we can invest in global markets just through the phone. So I made my first ever investment with ATRAM because of the feeder funds kasi sobrang dali lang. Yeah, through just, sabi nga ni Ed, di ba? Just whip up your phone, go to your app, and start investing. So with that, Ed, so isang question dito is, Maya Funds offer a seamless way to invest, di ba? Sabi mo, just pull out your
Yeah.
phone to
Yes.
invest in financial products. So how does this partnership with Seedbox Philippines contribute to this accessibility to our investors?
Okay, so I think yun nga, no, we intend to make this as seamless as possible to all Maya clients. So in terms of the user experience of the app, as you can see, it's much lighter and then also easier to access. So we've worked very closely with Maya on that, making sure that that's the most optimal thing. We don't like put so many things there also to confuse people. But I think one of the directions that we have with our partner Maya is to have also that stream of content. Kasi hindi lang enough. We believe that it's not enough that you have access, but you should also have content and understand what's happening. Especially for those of you guys na kunyari, you start investing, you have balances in these funds, no? You want to be able to understand why it's moving that way. Kasi ang challenge talaga dyan, JP, Miggy, and Russ, no? On a retail perspective, I've spent time with them in talks and everything, no? I've sat down with them and understand, no? And for most investors, pag ganyan nanginginig yung market, di ba, they most often than not just, freeze and not check their accounts. But in reality, dyan sa mga event na yan, dyan natin lalong nakikita yung opportunity eh. Nandyan, di ba? Sabi nga ni Warren,
100%.
be greedy when others are fearful and be fearful when everyone else is greedy. Ang nangyayari sa atin, since hindi tayo updated sa mga bagay-bagay, pag yan, nakikita mo na, uy, negative na yung up ko, hindi mo na siya-check. Ayaw mo na tingnan, no? So, dapat tingnan mo and see. Marami tayong experts here in ATRAM, of course, and Seedbox as well, so we can guide you in what's happening so that you can understand and uncover the treasure of it all. And I remember nga dyan, JB, one of my mentors, no, very, very close to my heart in my former employment, no, nandun, when everyone is afraid, when there's blood in the streets, that's the best time to start baking. That's the best time. Kasi you observe a market that's not rational. They're afraid. They lose 30, 20, 50% of their values. Then they start panicking. Ayoko na. I can't sleep at night. So that's where you start buying. And ang maganda doon, again, JP, just whip up your phone, go to the Maya app, and start investing, start averaging down, start acting on that idea that, yung content channels natin will share with everyone. So again, very easy.
All right, thank you very much for that. And that quote, that when there's blood on the streets, that's very popular, especially in the world of banking investments. For those who have experienced working in the investments and finance field, sobrang sikat talaga yung quote na yan. So thank you for imparting us to that, Ed. And sabi nga ni Ed, diba, just whip up your phone, ganun kadali. And the next question would be, yes, we're just gonna whip up our phone, diba? Ganun lang. And we have our Maya users right now. Nagtanong ako kanina kung sino yung Maya users dito. Now, for those who are Maya users but are not Maya Funds investors, Russ, could you walk us through the process of subscribing or to start investing in Maya Funds?
Oo naman. So, first step, syempre, di ba? As Sir Ed has mentioned, whip up your phones and open the My app. So,
baka may song na tayo dyan, Russ. May song tayo. Whip up your phone. Di ba?
may ano pa, may dance number pa.
Ganun pa, pare. Baka maging TikTok sensation tayo.
TikTok dance.
So, to those na haven't, don't have the My app yet, no, but are in here and super interested and really want to learn, this is a great opportunity for you to download and sign up in the Maya app. No? So first step, is really to whip up your phone and open the Maya app. You will see here, Maya has a lot of products, but for our case, we have to look at that, parang little plant in front of your screen that says funds. So that's our Maya funds. So if you're a new user, the first thing you have to do is really just tap on that Maya funds. And the next step that you have to do is just to agree on the privacy notice, just our standard terms and conditions. So, syempre, and then the next one is to, and the next segment here is una, if you are a US person, you have to let us know, very regulatory. If you're a US citizen, if you're not a US citizen, just put it there as well. Once you've chosen the proper option that applies to you, you hit next, no? And verify lang yung email address so that we can communicate to you. So if you have any concerns, we know then where we can help you out. Diba? And after verifying your email address, we really need to get to know you for many reasons. Primarily for us to really help you in your investing journey. So kung saan, di ba, kung saan ang pinaka-fit para ipasok yung ating pera. So una, first question natin is, di ba, what is your net worth? How much is your capacity, your overall capacity to put in to invest? Pero syempre, Maya Funds, 50 pesos lang or 1,000 pesos lang, di ba? Kayang-kaya na, mabilis lang. So after your net worth, di ba, want to know, where do you source your funds? Do you get it through your parents' allowance? May napamana na ba sa'yo, or meron ka ba nakukuha sa sweldo or sa sarili niyong negosyo? Para alam natin kung saan, di ba, kung saan nanggagaling yung i-invest natin. And syempre, bakit tayo nag-i-invest in the first place? Para ba makakuha ng passive income? Para ba tayo talagang mapag-grow lang natin yung pera natin in the long run? It's all here. And then the next question is, diba, how much do you see yourself investing? Typically, just to share some tidbits, diba, some people would invest as so 10%, sometimes bigger. It's really creating that's what we've been mentioning then earlier, really creating a portfolio for yourself. And good for us to know, how much you see yourself investing, and also how frequently do you see yourself investing. Best case, very regular, parang nag peso cost averaging tayo. So the often the better, pero diba, being realistic, let us know how frequently do you see yourself or you can invest. What's next? Next question here is, diba, is your investment horizon? Now, diba, these are investments. We need to learn how long do you see yourself investing? Is it just a few years, or is it gonna be like a decade or more? Ideally, diba, we hold it out for a long time and really just let it grow, para yung mga volatility, sometimes up, sometimes hindi, we can really ride it out, diba? And the longer it is, usually it gets more stable. So what's the right investment horizon for you? Next is, diba, how much drop or loss? Yeah, that's what I was mentioning. Diba? Syempre, investments to, pinapasok to into different stocks and different securities. There's some volatility, though very well managed naman by our experts. Pero for you to, for your knowledge and kind of introspection na rin, how much drop or loss, diba, can you really accept? The higher it is, the more aggressive you can be. Syempre, yung ating investment principle. The next question here is, sorry, next slide, please. Yeah. Syempre, it also matters to us, diba, to see how knowledgeable you are. Kasi syempre, if novice, diba, to more experience would be determining level of complexity of knowledge that we can share with you, diba? If we need to parang really handhold you, or can we give you more complex information and you can understand them? That helps us parang define it by seeing how knowledgeable you are. And then next, diba? And of course, diba, knowing which of the following have you already been invested in, diba? Deposit products, or have you already dabbled in stocks and even funds from the past na rin? And with those questions, diba, if you have a liquidity requirement, please let us know. And then next, please. Ayan. And syempre, yung annual gross income natin. Really, with all these questions, diba, parang understanding yung profile mo as an investor, and syempre, we need to know lang din if politiko ka ba, or you have a relative then that works in politics, mainly for regulatory reasons. Very similar lang sa bank, nothing too different. I'll be honest, no. So with this, yeah, that's what I've mentioned. It's really just really creating a profile and for us to really understand also you as an investor. And once you've put out everything, para lang tong MBTI, yung personality test. Diba? After everything, ito na ba lahat ng sagot mo? Sure ka na ba? Check mo na lang ulit ha para sigurado ako that this is me. This is who I am as an investor. Just parang signing a few disclosures here, terms and conditions, data privacy, pretty standard stuff. Next is, yeah, syempre, going back, double check. Parang sinegway ka namin ng konti, tapos sure ka na ba? Game ka na ba? Pero ba yung? So, after everything, the next, after you double check everything and confirm, we'll let you know through what your risk profile is. So, ano yun eh? May broad spectrum yun eh. So, we have conservative, moderately conservative, moderately aggressive to aggressive. So, it really defines parang how much are you willing to risk, di ba? And how much, how we should manage your investing. And with that, di ba, welcome to Maya Funds. It's your time, mga mamin, mga sir, mga beshibels, mga keys. Ready na tayo mag-invest. I think from my experience, it only takes around 5 minutes or even shorter nga eh. I just have to go through yung mga parang personality test. I would like to put it there. After, well, welcome to Maya Funds. It's a great opportunity being as a first-time Maya Funds user to really explore and meron ding sort of guides din here in the app that are readily available for you to know a bit more about investing and about the products na we have. So if you go through the next slides, no, ayan, it's super easy to really start investing and to start learning, more importantly as well. So next slide. Yeah, you can already go through the wide range of ATRAM funds. In Maya funds, if my memory serves me right, we have 11, and it's already, diba, I've told you, diba, your risk profile could vary. And in my funds, with those 11 funds, it will cater whatever your risk profile is. So if you're more conservative and more into bonds, fixed income, we have that. If you want to explore something more aggressive, so pure equities tayo, we have that. And even if you want to go global and invest in tech companies or even invest in the big banks of the world, we all have that. So whatever floats your boat, it's all in Maya funds. So
All right,
hopefully with this, no, whip out your phone na, yan. We'll do some kind of dance. And if you already have signed up, great, congratulations. I'm proud of you. Hopefully you really can take this opportunity to learn and figure out where you're gonna invest in if you haven't already. And if not, great opportunity to start. One of my favorite quotes when I was in college is "Lundagin mo, baby" by Father Furiol. And really, the heart of it all is really you just have to go for it, and
yeah.
the learning will come as you go for it.
All right. Thank you very much for that. Ross, tama nga si Ross. At the end of it all, you just have to learn for it, di ba? Experience is the best teacher, ika nga. So sabi nga kanina ni Ross, ni Ed, just to whip up your phone, nag-explain din si Ross kung paano tayo mag-invest or mag-sign up sa Maya Funds. Tapos we'll just tackle this question kanina. So ibalik natin yung question ni Mr. Virgil Banta. Sir Miggy, si Sir Miggy mag-discuss ng funds. Sir Miggy, ano bang okay na funds investan ngayon? So, sabi nga ni Ed kanina, just to put your phone. Sabi ni Ross, paano mag-invest? So, nakapag-sign up na kami. Maya Funds investor na kami. So, Miggy, ano ba ang okay na funds na pag-investan ngayon through the Maya Funds feature of Maya?
So Virgil, first of all, thank you very much for that question. No? So we have a couple of funds lined up para sa inyo. So first is the Global Financials Fund. We also have the Global Allocation Feeder Fund. So first, let's talk about the Global Financial Fund. So if you guys want to ask any questions as well, please feel free. Alam mo naman, ang hirap to listen to your own voice for 30 minutes. Medyo nakakaumay rin. So now going to global financial. So what is really special about this fund, no? So unahin muna natin yung objectives niya. So this particular fund seeks to achieve long-term capital appreciation, which is, a fancy way of saying na papalaguhin niya yung pera mo. How? Through investing in different financial services companies. So now financial services, parang medyo vague to ng konti, di ba? What really are they? So these are, companies that similar to HSBC, JP Morgan, or if you look at local equivalents, this can be BPI or RCBC. But of course, the nice thing about this fund is that it invests beyond the traditional banks, no? For example, when the economic outlook is a bit shaky, kolelat, they can invest in insurance companies which are viewed as more defensive types of stocks. And of course, this fund also invests in fintech or financial technology. Now we're talking about Seedbox and Maya. Lahat naman tayo nakita yung rate of adoption, especially since the lockdown or the pandemic happened. No, so the ability to invest in fintech is definitely one of the strong suits of this fund. And moving on to the next one, the next fund actually that we'll be discussing more will be the Global Allocation Fund. And this one naman maximizes returns not just by investing in stocks, but also through investing in bonds, sometimes even in more exotic things like mga options, which you guys might be familiar with if you watched mga movies like The Big Short. So what's the great thing about this fund, no? So aside from its annualized return of, I think, 6 to 7% since it was launched in the 90s, no, the flexibility of the fund, the ability to invest in both stocks and bonds allows it to be less volatile, less drawdowns, definitely, which can protect your investment. And this is especially comparing it to, let's say, a pure stock portfolio, no? So as an example, one of the key features of this fund, if they compare it to a global stock index, for every 10% drop in global stocks, this fund will only drop around 5.6%. So that means the risk that you're taking is basically halved, no? So paano to na-achieve ng fund? So again, mainly through the flexibility of the fund. Alam mo naman natin na hindi static yung economy. Minsan mataas yung inflation, like what Ross was talking about. Dati mura lang yung mga meals sa McDo or any and things, diba? Pero ngayon mahal na. And that also relates to what type of investment you should have in the moment. So the nice thing about this fund is it can tailor where it invests its money depending on the economic situation.
All right.
Alam
Thank you
mo,
very much for those.
Miggy, what
yeah,
what
Miggy.
what really excites me there yung yung technology, yung global financials feeder mo, 'di ba? I think that's very special access to the banks, no, and fin institutions, no?
Yeah, the
And I think
fintechs.
tsaka fintech, no?
Yeah,
Exciting.
definitely.
You don't need to study all of these things. Just
Yeah.
again, everyone,
You can
guys,
see
whip up your
it
phone,
producing.
go to Maya, and
You
then
can
start
see it no in
investing.
real life kasi what are all of my
Mm,
friends on, what are the apps on my friends' phones, diba? It's
yeah.
apps like Maya, other digital banks. We can really see na maybe 5 years ago, wala. Diba? Barely any of your
Mm,
friends had. But now,
mm,
it's everywhere. Diba? You can
yeah.
really see the adoption and you can participate in the growth of financial technology by investing in a fund like the Global Financials Feeder Fund.
Yep.
Yeah, all right. I think, of course, sabi nga ni Miggy kanina, so by investing in this fund, you are exposed or you have those that opportunity na makapag-invest ka with the likes of the global banks, the HSBCs of the world, the JP Morgans of the world, your fintech companies. All right. So before we proceed to our break, let's take this question that's flashed on the screen right now. Russ, can you help us with this question? So this question is from Jerome Bautista. All right. So do you have any income-paying ATRAM funds in Maya?
Okay. So at the moment, di ba, we don't have income paying funds yet in Maya, but it's something that we are already definitely exploring, no. So the 11 that we currently have so far is just the start. But definitely, if this is something that our investors are really looking into, then it's something that for us to really explore, and hopefully one day potentially put in Maya funds as well. Siyempre, to make it ano din, accessible to our investors. But yes, income paying funds in general, yes, they exist. And it's also a great addition to being an investor in general.
All right, thank you very much for that. So, before we proceed to the next question, sabi ni Ryan Borges Sandoval, I learned so much about investing with ATRAM. So, thank you, super helpful contents. Thank you very much for that, Ryan. I think we'll take this question. Miggy, can you help us with this one? And also, of course, explained a little bit earlier on the ATRAM Global Financial Speeder Fund. When you can invest on fintechs, the banks of the world. So, how does the fund provide exposure to the evolving financial sector, including the fintech na sinasabi natin kanina, and of course, yung emerging markets? So, ano yung mga highlights and key benefits of investing? Bakit kami papasok sa fund na ito?
So, thanks for the question, JP. No? So, I think what's very important to realize here is that yung mga fund managers, they're very cognizant. Alam nila yung nangyayari sa financial space. They're seeing the rapid adoption of financial technology, digital transactions, and even e-wallets, no? They actually highlighted one study na in 2017, yung annual digital transaction volume was around $3.4 trillion. And now, 2023, it's estimated to end the year at 9.5 trillion, no? And they really saw this growth in fintech, and that's also how they were able to return more than 20% over 2020 to 2021. Since when the lockdowns happened and the COVID pandemic hit, a lot of us had to pay for different things, through digital channels, and they invested in companies like PayPal, C Limited, which owns C Money, Block, which owns Cash App in the US, and other similar stocks. And on the other part of your question on emerging markets, another nice thing about this fund is that they're not just focusing on, say, the US or Europe. They're trying to find, what Ed was mentioning a while ago, like market dislocations, where is their opportunity. So an example of this is one of their top picks at the moment is PagSeguro, which is actually a Brazilian financial services company, mainly focused on payment processing. And given the strength of the Brazilian economy at the moment, that's where they're seeing value and long-term earnings growth potential. So they don't have blinders on na hindi lang sila tumitingin sa US or Europe or the larger countries, but also they go for emerging market stocks because a lot of the time that's significant opportunity lies there talaga.
All right, thank you very much for that, Miggy. And of course, gentlemen, let's have a quick break siguro para, for you guys to freshen up before we proceed to the next part of the evening. Thank you very much, gentlemen. I'll see you guys soon after our quick break. All right, thank you very much. So, addressing to all our viewers out there, kamusta na lahat kayo? In medyo information overload na ba? Remember, sabi ko nga kanina, may quiz tayo mamaya sa dulo. So, siguro it's best for you to take notes kasi for those who get the correct answers to our questions later, you will have a chance. You will get a prize. All right? So, okay. So everyone, let's have a quick break muna ha. So I hope you were able to scan that QR code na hanap niyo sa screens niyo ngayon. And that will have, with our break, we'll have siguro a quick raffle before we call in back the three gentlemen again. All right? So, can we please show now our the screen for the raffle for the first part? Thank you very much. And we'll start to spin the wheel. Alright, so our first winner for tonight for an ATRAM merchandise is Luz Minda Cruz. Thank you very much and congratulations. Our team, our ATRAM Marketing Services team, will contact you on how you can claim your prize. And next winner, please. Congratulations to Ives George Cabalan III. All right. Congratulations to those winners. Both of you have won ATRAM merchandises. Our team will reach out to you on how you can claim your prizes. Okay, so before we call on back the three gentlemen again, let's, of course, hear from our audience. Jerome Bautista again, wow, 11 funds in one app. Ang galing. Yes, actually, yes. For those of you who have the Maya Funds feature in your Maya app, you have the opportunity to invest on those 11 funds. So another comment from Kla Suleiman, super helpful, Atram. Thank you very much for tuning in, Kla. As much as possible, we want to be there for you guys, our investors or our partners in your investing journey. All right? Thank you very much. And here again, another comment from Mr. Ronald Resho. Di lang sa mall may sale. Even sa stock market, may seasonal sale. Tama po iyon. So, syempre, cyclical yon. Iba-iba talaga yung season kung kailan pwede pumasok on a certain sector. May it be on the banking sector, the conglomerates, or even the tech. May it be global, the global equities, or even here in the local stock market. All right? So may question dito from Minda Angeles Cruz. Thank you very much, Atram. Thank you as well for joining us this evening for our discussion. All right. Checking if the gentlemen are now ready for the next round of questions. Calling all back Miggy, Ross, and Ed. Ayun, hopefully nakapag-break kayong tatlo, nakapag-inom kayo ng tubig. And with that, let's get on with it. All right? So the next question, Miggy, sa'yo nang nagtapos kanina, simulan natin ulit sa'yo. Di ba? Nag-discuss ka kanina ng financial feeder fund, right? And medyo na-mention mo yung global allocation feeder fund kanina. So what is the ATRAM? It sounds intriguing to us. And how does it aim to balance risk and return? Syempre, help us learn about what is this for those not only our beginner investors, also for our seasoned investors who might be new to global investing.
Yeah, thanks for the question. So first, and I mentioned this earlier, when I gave a broad overview of the fund, but to dig a bit deeper, very flexible sila in terms of their asset allocation. So what this means is, kaya nila talaga i-vary yung asset and sector allocation ng fund depende sa kalagayan ng global economy. So just a note, when we talk about asset allocation, this means, for example, either stocks or bonds. And then pag sector allocation naman, what this means is where the bonds or stocks are being invested in. So this can belong to, let's say, the tech sector or the healthcare sector, all the way to other industries like consumer staples and, again, what I mentioned earlier, financials. Now, going back to the flexibility part, to give a more, I guess you can say, in real life example, let's say may recession ngayon, Isipin natin, ano yung unang i-cut out mo from your budget? Usually, first, ida-downgrade mo yung lifestyle mo, di ba? Kunyari, before, may date night kayo ng jowa mo, baka dati nasa wildfire kayo kumakain, di ba? Baka doon kayo pumupunta. Pero since medyo kulelat na yung economy, mahal na, may inflation, ngayon baka sa Tokyo na lang, di ba? Or baka Mang Inasal kasi only rice. Baka rin yung Netflix account mo, i-cancel mo na at manghihiram ka na lang, di ba? From your sibling or your friend. Baka na rin yung gusto mong Camry na bilhin, baka ngayon, Vigo na lang, di ba? Pero ano yung mga bagay na hindi mo tatanggalin from your monthly budget? Kuryente, groceries, maybe your cell phone plan. So finally, translating this to what the fund can do, if a recession happens, the fund has the flexibility to invest in companies in those areas like telco sector, consumer staples, or utilities. In other words, these are industries or sectors na sinasabi nilang recession-proof. And vice versa naman, pag malakas yung economy, the fund also has the ability to invest in luxury good companies like LVMH, Louis Vuitton, Moet Hennessy, stocks Hermes, airlines, because people want to travel, auto manufacturers. The main point being, the fund managers have absolute flexibility to invest in yung pinaka-best sectors and themes depending on the current macroeconomic landscape.
All right. Thank you very much for that Maybe?
I think JP, if
Yeah,
I may
would you want to add
to
anything?
that, no? Yan yung tinatawag namin ng araw, Miggy, na swinger fund, di ba? Kunyari, we invest na pure equity fund. Pag up yung market, sige, fine, let's ride it. Pero pag down din yung market, ride ka rin pababa. But ang maganda, I think that sa fund na binabanggit mo is that if the markets are not ideal, then they can just be flexible and put in fixed income sa bonds or sa cash. Diba? So, I think an added protection, and hopefully when the markets are active and exciting, then it's more equities. But then if it's lackadaisical or medyo
Yes.
boring, diba? They get into
Yeah.
the safer funds, diba? So again, nice value.
Yeah, it's of course that beauty is diversification, ika nga. All right.
Yes.
Let's get this question splash on the screen right now. How much is the annual fee? Does Maya and Atom collect separately an annual fee? So I can answer this question, gentlemen, para makapahinga naman kayo, di ba? So, nakikita, when you invest on a Maya investment, may tinatawag tayo, especially in Atom investment, may tinatawag tayo na NAV or that's the net asset value per unit. So it's called the net asset value per unit. It means that all the fees are already been charged. So net na talaga siya. So everything is already been imputed already. So whatever you see as the price when you entered and whatever you see whatever you see in terms of the price when you will exit the fund for you to gain your I guess in a way your paper your unrealized gain, then it's as is where is. It's because whatever price or NAV po that we will show in the fund is already net of everything. So I hope I answered that question. All right. Yeah, let's go to the next question. I think this one is still for Miggy. So, the idea of global investing might seem complex to some viewers. Syempre, hindi naman tayo lahat well-versed, di ba? Katulad mo, Miggy, na parang hindi na natutulog kasi nagbabasala na ng markets. Alam ko, pag nakita tayo sa office, pag nakita kita, usually yun yung topic nating dalawa. So, can you explain how this fund simplifies the process? So, kung mag-invest ba kami dito or yung mga investors dito, paano siya nasi-simplify while still capturing that what we call the international growth?
Yeah, thanks for that. Thanks for that question. So actually, to put it simply, it's really just the fund's core philosophy, when it was made, these are what, the powers that be decided that, this is what the fund should be about and this is where the fund should invest. So their philosophy is investing in a diversified mix of stocks and bonds, hindi lang across different countries, but also different sectors and industries as well. And of course, yung global philosophy na to translates again to a large global reach.
All right. Thank you very much for that, Miggy. Ayun, may question dito kasi sabi nga, di ba, yung baka medyo info overload for some. So, sabi ni Brian King right now, resources for beginners. Again, you can have any resources. Meron tayong kinatawag yung community natin for Maya beginner, Maya investors in Facebook. So you can access that, join that group. Also, of course, our ATRAM Viber community. So that's hashtag that's ATRAM PH community. So if you join our Viber group, you will have your resources, the needed resources for you to add that value, so that you'll have that knowledge to invest more. All right.
And
Thank
always
you.
the best idea to seek resources. So that's a very good move. Madami ako mga friends who just jumped into, let's say, stock picking or cryptocurrencies or NFTs without
Yes,
knowing,
sobrang, yeah.
things like proper risk management. And while they were doing well at one point, they weren't able to take profit a lot of times, and they got burned.
Yeah.
Quite a bit because of it. So it's very good that we have these resources in place. And before you start investing, always try to study first, no?
All right, thanks for that. Ika nga, di ba? Siyempre, let's simplify it further. Siyempre, bago ka man lumangoy sa swimming pool or sa beach, tumatalon ka ba right away? You have to check first, is it too deep for me? Na it's hard for me to swim, or even I can't swim, di ba? So, before you do anything, before you jump into anything, before you jump into the pool, you have to check if it's deep or if the water is cold, di ba? So, really have to do your research. All right? So, let's take this question from Jerome Bautista, and I'll throw this question to Ed. Ed, can I invest in more than one fund at a time?
I think the answer to that is yes, in principle, right? You can just uh, buy your fund, and then later on, once it settles, then you can buy another fund. So again, that's one of the features that we want to have later on. So I think watch out for that. But certainly, all those 11 funds are available to you. You can certainly try to build a portfolio there, depending on your objective. Kunyari, you want to ride the Philippine growth story, there are index funds there. You want to invest in, nabanggit nga ni Miggy kanina, ng mga funds that have a swinger kind of deal, or you can buy into the global financials feeder fund and invest in financial companies globally, no? So ayun, certainly you can do that with Maya funds. And then again, once again, you just have to open your fund, go to your Maya app, and then start investing.
All right, thanks for that, Ed. So, ayun, na-mention nga ni na Ed kanina, ni na Ross, ni na Miggy, na yung mga equities, tapos of course the companies, may interest rates yung na-mention kanina. So, for those na naka-experience nung interest rates nung 2018, di ba, mataas noon. Tapos nung 2020, which was the last year's interest rates were at a skyrocket, di ba? And the question that Ed answered, can I invest in more than, more than one fund? In principle, yes. And of course, just to, to mention it, to tie everything up. So we have funds that can be, to tackle that fixed income aspect. So of course, fixed income can be complex, diba? It's not everyone is well versed enough to really get a dive deep on that one. So maybe I will ask this question to you. So could you break down why, for example, the ATRAM Total Return Peso Bond Fund, which is a fixed income fund that's available in the Maya app, is a good option for those looking for stable returns, even in fluctuating markets?
Yeah, I actually have an accompanying slide if we can also go there, no, to help illustrate the point. Okay, if not yet, I can move forward. But
Sure. Yeah, Miggy, walang problem. So,
yeah,
bro,
yeah. If actually that slide is essentially there. It's just comparing. Um, it's, I think, nakat out yung graph a bit, but it compares the performance of the total return peso bond fund as opposed to relative to the local equity index, no, or the PSE as we call it. So if you look at the chart shown in the slide as an example, we kitang-kita naman that the blue line or the total return peso bond fund is, much more stable and steady relative to our equity benchmark. In fact, if we look at the table to the right, no, it's very clear that the bond fund has really far outperformed the local equity index, at least in the past 3 years, with an annual average growth rate of around 3.2% for your investments. So now I guess the question is, no, how really were bonds able to outperform equities? We know na pwede in certain times malakas pumalo yung equities, but unang-una, let's differentiate it, no? Stocks and bonds. So stocks really represent a form of ownership of a particular company, whereas bonds is utang or debt. And yung utang na to has to be paid back eventually. So to summarize, bonds really offer stable returns because they provide fixed interest payments. Yearly, usually you get an interest payment, and of course, the promise of your principal or yung initial na hinulog mo na pera to be paid back. Plus, what's nice about this fund, if I can just add, is this fund buys bonds from those issued mainly by the Philippine government. And I don't know what your view is, no? Like you guys on the Philippine government, but we're actually an investment grade rated country. We're actually rated higher than Indonesia. We're at triple B plus, which is uh, 3 notches above what they call junk or high yield countries. So in the eyes of global investors, the Philippines is actually a relatively safe place to invest. And these our government is the one who issues the bonds that this fund buys mainly. So relatively, it's a pretty safe investment with stable returns.
all right, thanks for that, Miggy. So before we proceed to the next question, I think may sinabi dito si Aidet Juan. Ayun, dahil sa ATRAM, medyo nabawasan na ang Lazada ko. So I think ibig sabihin ni Aidet na no less on the spending but more on to that growth or to that investing your money na nauna muna yung savings, nauna mo yung investing at kung anong matira, yun na yung pwede nating paggastusin sa mga kung ano man yung kailangan natin. Apart from, of course, our normal, rent, utilities, and etc. Diba? So Miggy, you mentioned kanina yung the fixed income aspect, 'di ba? Yung kung isimplihan natin, fixed income, yung pagkakautang. Siyempre, kung stocks kanina sinabi mo, pagmamay-ari, kung nag-invest ka sa stock market, you are a part owner, right? If you're a bond investor, you are a creditor or nagpahiram ka ng pera, 'di ba? So for those, siyempre, mas sikat yung stocks, alam naman natin 'yun, all of us here in this room. And the fixed income is usually we need to, deep dive to give a deep dive on it further, siyempre, di ba? So, Miggy, could you break down yung mga common misconceptions around what we call the fixed income investing and how this fund, which is the ATRAM Total Return Peso Bond Fund, addresses those misconceptions?
Yeah, actually, I really like this question, because in my previous role, working for a local bank, I was actually trading fixed income or corporate bonds, and I think one of the most common misconceptions for bonds is that while the returns are, for lack of a better word, mas mild relative to equities, pwede rin pumalo yung bonds. There are years, especially when the stars align or economic conditions align, that bonds can actually return quite a bit and can be very exciting. If we saw in the last slide that in 2020, this total return peso bond fund actually returned double digits, around 12%. And similarly, in 2019, also a double digit return. And we think the exciting part now is that, given that alam naman nating lahat, medyo tumaas yung bilihin, di ba? We all heard about inflation sa news. And because of this, the yields now, or the interest that you earn from bonds, are around 40% higher than they were in 2019. And if we see inflation, coming down next year, which is, very logical to think so, as supply chains normalize, ika nga, definitely we can see bonds outperform and, give very decent returns for us. So I think that's one misconception, JP.
All right. Thanks for that, Miggy. Siyempre, yung mga investors natin dyan sa fixed income, sinabi ni Miggy, mataas, di ba? Mataas yung performance ng total return peso bond fund last year. It's because, simplihan natin yung principles of finance na when interest, syempre, yun yung parang when interest rates rise, bond prices tend to fall, and when when interest rates go down, that's when bond prices tend to go up, di ba? So, simple, yung mga ganong klaseng simple. Ganong klaseng concepts na medyo, for some, it's kind of medyo a jargon for them or they're not well used to it. But when you start investing, malalaman mo, mataas ngayon yung interest rate. So, if papasok ako ngayon sa bond market or sa fixed income, mura. Diba? Mura. Mura. So, pag mababa na siya, so, nung bumili ako ng mura siya, syempre, pag bumaba yun, tataas yung presyo. Okay ako. So, that's the beauty of the difference between the stock market or the equities and of course the fixed income market or the bonds natin, diba? So now let's proceed to the next question. Ed, para naman sa iyo ito. Can you explain the concept of risk and return in investing? So nagsabi ako ng principle of finance, diba? So this is another principle of finance, the risk and return in investing. So
correct. So yeah, if I may just simplify that for everyone. Ang rule lang yan is that for you to have a higher possibility of return and loss, you have to be ready to take higher risks. And for that, I wanted to share with you guys a story. When I was in my previous role, long time ago. So we went to like the provinces, right? We were talking about investments. Then nagtataka kami, there's always this parang smirk in their eyes that parang merong gloss of disbelief in what we're trying to say. Yung pala, they've been ravaged by many scams. I mean, ang Pilipino pati pag referred ng kamag-anak or something, madali tayong magtiwala. And what we always tell our customers that this concept, this positive correlation, ideally, between risk and return is the law that should be your filter. Kumbaga, isipin mo yan in that perspective at hindi ka masascam, no? So, di ba, let's talk about the equity market. Sabi kanina ni Miggy and ni Russ, no, these are businesses, you invest in businesses. So, by far, in the formal financial sector, yung mga securities available to a common person, then it's perceived to be one of the riskiest assets there. And this asset can give you 10 to 12% on average every year, depending on what time horizon you're looking at. So, now ngayon, pag may nag-offer sa'yo bigla, oh boss, 30% ang return. Di ba? Medyo magulat ka na kasi yung riskiest in the country is only 12%. Then you ask him, oh, kada kailan yan, no? Is it annual? Sasabihin pa sa'yo, uy, monthly yan. So, oh, 30% every month. So, your next question should always be, what risk am I taking? Very important to ask. Kasi pag sinabi ng kausap mo na, walang risk yan, padre, walang problema yung risk. Guys, siya yung risk. So, okay, wala namang iniwala doon. Always make it a part of that. And then, of course, unfortunately, I think narinig niyo si Bernie Madoff, di ba? The reason why he was able to prolong his, yung Ponzi scheme niya is because he did not go far from the average return of the stock market. So it made it believable, right? So kahit yung mga artistang big time, di ba? Nagkaroon ng problema doon. So again, this can be a test in any business, no? Kamag-anak mo, makita mo sa Facebook, when they tell you a return, meaning yung iba dyan, yung nasa scam sa gas, di ba? May ako narinig na sikat na artista, pare, 200% a month daw, di ba? What risk am I taking? Yung pala siya, di ba? Yung nawala, di ba? So, very important. In fact, we call it the immutable law of investing, pare. It cannot be muted. It's always true. Now, if it skews from that, then you should be thinking twice.
All right. Thanks for that, Ed. Sabi nga ni Ed kanina, hindi naman pwede na you want a high return pero dapat low lang yung risk ko, di ba? Dapat it should be that if you want to have that high return in the long run, you should know that what you're going into is something that could fluctuate or tataas ng mabilis or bababa ng mabilis, may it be on a daily basis or a weekly basis. Hindi yun parang okay sana kung if you want a high return pero low risk, but that's not really possible. Okay?
I mean,
Definitely.
that's the dream though. Pero syempre, di ba?
That is the dream, Ross. Tama.
Oo.
Na parang, I want a high return pero ayoko ng masyadong risk. Di ba?
Pero syempre, lagi ang turo din naman ng mga economics teacher natin ng high school college, di ba? The higher the risk, the higher the return. So,
Yes.
syempre, research lang din. Diba?
Alright, thanks for that, Ross. Kanina, Ross, actually, hindi na kita pakawalan. Kanina nagsabi ka kanina, di ba, nung inintroduce mo yung paano mag-invest in Maya. And may sinabi ka, conservative, moderately conservative, di ba? Tapos, may moderately aggressive and aggressive. So, na-mention mo yun kanina. So, those are things that investors should, learn when they take that CSA or suitability assessment. So, how should viewers determine which funds align better with their financial goals? Mag-long term ba sila? Mag-short term ba sila? Ito yung mga tinawag ng mga investment horizon questions na na dapat kailangan nilang isipin.
Sige.
So syempre, we can use the featured funds na in-explain kanina ni Miggy as an example, yung total return, yung financial speeder, global allocation. Tapos, ayun, before we get to you, Ross, si Trena, Sim, nagsabi, tama si Sir Ed, basta too good to be true, it's always a scam. For that. Okay, Ross, yeah.
Alright, sige. So, ano yun, di ba? Di ba I was mentioning earlier, even dun sa walkthrough, di ba? Like, kung paano mag-sign up sa Maya Funds. And yung mga questions na shinare ko kanina, hindi lang naman yun para sagutan nyo. Pero it's really also to take some time to really reflect din internally. And kaya 2 beses namin pinapa-confirm bago, di ba, tumuloy kayo sa pag-i-invest. It's really for you to understand, di ba? Parang, for myself, what kind of investor am I ba talaga? Willing ba akong paupuin yung pera ko for more than 5 years or kaya ko lang ba siya hintayin for 1 year at most? Kasi, yun nga, di ba, as in-explain by my friends here, no? things could go up for quite a while, and things could go down as well for quite a while. So given everything, if a G akong really to go long term, I could put a lot of my money into things like global financials. But if I'm more conservative, I would put myself in total return peso bond fund. And if I'm in the middle, pwede siguro global allocation feeder fund. Pero siguro to make it very simple for everyone, siguro ano lang, parang three principles. No? First, di ba, is to diversify. So even if I'm willing to go very aggressive, diba, it's still very prudent and very ano, parang practical to still have some fixed income or bonds in my portfolio. So that kapag may bumabagyo yung portfolio ko, habang bumabagyo sa Pilipinas, di ba, merong sumasalo pa rin na fixed income. The second is to do it consistently. Diba? May mention throughout our live stream na, diba, parang may peso cost averaging na, no? Parang nag-average out, kunyari pag, yun nga, bumabagyo. If I do it consistently, if I continue to put money and then let it grow, nag-average out, di ba, yung yung price movements ng NAV ko. And long term, di ba, is since I'm also continue to put in more of my money to grow, di ba, ano rin yun, it will follow also na the longer period, to grow din lahat yun. And syempre, di ba, ang lagi nating inuulit is, as much as we want everyone, invite everyone to really jump into it, di ba, it's still very important na we educate ourselves. Dito nga sa, 'di ba, sa Maya Funds ko, diba, meron tayong maraming information. So if you go down, meron tayong investment 101 na, diba, with our partners, diba, we put in a lot of content for everyone to read upon para, diba, we understand what we're really getting into. And if for example, dito Global Healthcare Feeder Fund, diba? If I scroll down, there are a lot of readings for me to study so that hindi lang basta nakita ko global healthcare, parang, syempre I want to know more than just seeing healthcare yun. And, di ba, in that way, mas naiintindihan ko kung saan ko pinapalaki yung pera ko as much as meron naman mag-aalaga din na fund manager. So yun, tatlo lang. Diversify, do it consistently, and continue studying.
Alright, thank you very much for that, Russ. So ulitin lang natin kasi maganda yung actually ang tip ni Russ is diversify, do it consistently, di ba? And of course, you have to research, study talaga. Alright? So let's take this last question in the interest of time. So I throw this question to both Russ or Ed. Kayo na bahala if you want to both answer. Either one of you can answer. Are there any future plans to expand the range of products available through Maya Funds in collaboration with ATRAM and CBOX? This could be a long discussion, but of course, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Siguro for me, nais ko lang ipaalala, no? Our objective is to allow our customers to have meaningful access to financial services, products, and tools that will allow them to thrive. So currently, what we have in Maya Funds are the first products that people can actually easily adopt and start investing in. Kasi talagang funds yan, no? These are ideal, most suitable for people who don't have enough time to monitor their portfolio, don't have enough money to effectively diversify, and do not have the expertise or the experience in the market. But soon, of course, we will be rolling out other products that will cater to the riskier types of yung investors natin sa Maya. But again, we are true to our commitment, no guys, na you just have to take out your phone and then access the Maya app and then start investing. So ang dami. I mean, yung iba hindi ko pwede i-share. Soon, we'll have more events like this if you
Yeah,
like.
soon we'll have more events like this. And of course, stay tuned again. Join our ATRAM PH Viber community page para alam nyo kung may mga future, kung ano yung next event natin. Of course, thank you very much for that. And thank you very much, gentlemen, for your time this evening. But before we let you go, of course, can you impart our viewers last few words lang? Let's start with Miggy, then we'll go with Russ and Ed. Last few words, then we can end the panel discussion.
Sorry,
Sorry,
Miggy na.
I was muted
You're
there.
on mute. Yeah, you started. Yeah, just a quick few words for parting words for
Yeah.
everyone. Yeah,
So I think, one quote that I really love to share, and relate to the markets is something authored by JFK, one of the great American presidents. So in one of his speeches, he mentioned that, the Chinese use two brushstrokes to write the word crisis. One brushstroke stands for danger, but the other one stands for opportunity. So in a crisis, be aware of the danger, but also recognize the opportunity. And I believe this is really something we can all apply to financial markets. We've all heard about the big declines and market crashes, not just in stocks, but and some of us have even traded through or experienced that pain. But it's at those points, what Ed was saying, where everyone is so scared when there's blood on the streets and every financial statistic you're seeing is very red. That's when you should be greedy. Ika nga ni Warren Buffett, as Ed mentioned, be greedy when others are fearful. So whenever you do encounter volatility or bad market swings, stick to your plan, add money when you can, recognize the danger, but also recognize the opportunity it presents.
all right. Thank you very much for that, Miggy. Yeah, stuff.
Alright. Sino next? Ako na ba? Or si-
Go, Ed. Ed, you can go next, and of course, Russ, you can wrap it up. Yeah,
Sige.
Ed, I think
Ed, you're muted.
Sorry. So again,
ayun, yeah, Ed, go. Yeah.
quite simple lang wala na tayong dahilan guys that we cannot invest, no. It's here, it's in your phone. So
Thank you
wala
very
na tayong reason. So again, this is a very unique opportunity for us. It's not every day that we have this. Yung
Yeah.
golden
Wala.
demographic era natin, no. I think alam na alam ng mga guests natin yan this evening, that it's not gonna last forever. And now more than ever, it's very much relevant to consider upping your investment or trusts,
Pero
or start to do that habit of
Try natin.
investing regularly. And gaya nga ng sabi namin kanina, now it's even made easier with Maya funds. So yun, wish you guys all the best in your investing journey. I-shill ko lang yung mga groups namin sa Seedbox. No? We have our Facebook, Instagram, and also our YouTube channel. So if you are excited about the content that we are trying to work with our partners, with Maya, with ATRAM, then that's the channel that you can also try to see. And yun, all the best, and good luck to everyone. Sana mayaman tayo lahat.
Thank you very much for that, Ed. So before we proceed to Russ, sabi nga ni sabi nga ni Ronald, malapit na maging hashtag mayaman dahil kay Atram. And sabi ni Virgil, galing ng speakers, how to be po. So thank you very much, Virgil, for tuning in. And also Russ, any final words for us, for the viewers out there?
My favorite line to impart whenever I'm giving a talk is, the best time to invest is yesterday. The next best time is today. So, I know already, this is really a golden opportunity. Just have to whip your phone, and go to Maya, and investing is already there in front of you. So the next best time is now. And as I mentioned earlier, diba, for as low as 50 pesos, to even $1,000, diba, you can already invest. And when you invest, you have to diversify, even if you have to do it slowly. You have to do it consistently, and you have to continue learning. That's all.
All right, thank you very much for that, Russ, and of course, thank you very much, gentlemen, for gracing us with your presence, for the time, and sabi nga ni Eleanor Dulay, thank you so much, speakers, for the learnings. Again, thank you very much, gentlemen. I hope for those viewers out there, you were able to get something out of this evening from these three guys in front of you. All right. Again, thank you very much, gentlemen, and have a good evening ahead. But wait, mga viewers natin, let's have, before we let you go, sabi ko nga kanina, may pag-game tayo at may prizes din yun, and may last set of raffles tayo. All right. So, now let's start with the game. So, I'm sure our keyboard warriors out there will be very happy about this. So, paano yung laro itong game na to? I'll just be asking questions, and the first to answer in our comment section, so paunahan mag-type, will win a prize. Winners will be posted on our Viber community page. That's hashtag ATRAM community. So yeah, so sali na kayo doon para kung kayo man yung napili, malalaman niyo. So don't forget to join, alright? So I think we'll now start with the first question. So the first, also ready na kayo ha, type for those keyboard warriors out there for the first question. So the first question is, what fund that seeks to achieve long-term capital appreciation by investing all or substantially all of its assets in an equity collective investment scheme that invests mainly in equity securities of companies predominantly involved in providing financial services. Huwag kayo mag-alala, multiple choice pa pa. Ayan. So, yeah, that's A, ATRAM Philippine Sustainable Development and Growth Fund. B, ATRAM Global Equity Opportunity Feeder Fund. C, the ATRAM Total Return Peso Bond Fund. And D, the ATRAM Global Financial Feeder Fund. Sinabi ito kanina ni Miggy. So, kung sino man nakinig at nag-take ng notes, key in your answers. Baka ikaw yung pinakauna at tama yung sagot mo, and you can win that prize. And for you to know if you're the winner or the lucky winner, please go to our Viber community. That's hashtag ATRAMPH community. With that, let's go to the second question. So ito naman, true or false? The fund products you'll find on Maya Funds are provided by ATRAM Trust Corporation or ATRAM and BPI Investment Management Incorporated or BIM. Both are trusted leaders in the fund management industry in the Philippines. So is it true or is it false? All right. Just key in your answers there. True or false lang. Kanina, A, B, C, D na multiple choice. Ngayon, ang tanong, yung ATRAM ba at BB available sa Maya Funds, which both are trusted leaders in the fund management industry. So, true or false lang, comment nyo lang guys. So, yun, comment lang kayo, true or false. Then, of course, go to our Viber community page for you to check if you're the winner, if you're the lucky winner of this question. And the correct answer is true, alright? Yung kanina pala, sorry, nakalimutan ko sabihin. Yung answer kanina, kung sino man sumagot ng D, which is the ATRAM Global Financial Feeder Fund, yun po yung tamang sagot. So kung sino man nagsagot ng D, the first question, kayo pong ang nanalo. And kung sino man nagsagot ng true, sa question na ito, kayo po po nanalo. Para malaman kung kayo ba ang nanalo, just go to our Viber community group. Now, let's go to the third question. So, Black is a new feature for upgraded Maya users that lets you invest in unit investment trust funds or UITFs and mutual funds or MFs. You can rely on a secure and accessible fund investing experience thanks in part to our partnership with Seedbox Philippines, a digital marketplace for financial products. So, ayun, kanina true or false, kanina multiple choice, second question was true or false, this one is identification naman tayo. So, ano iyon, diba? So, just key in your answers in the comment section there. So, let's give everyone who are our keyboard warriors natin 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Actually, may nakita na ito tamang sagot. So, the correct answer is Maya Funds. So, thank you very much those who are who participated. So, thank you very much to our 3 lucky winners, and you know, you can please go to our Viber community page. That's hashtag ATRAMPH community to know if you're the winner and how you can participate, right? Thank you very much, of course, to our speakers, to our audience. But before, bago kayo pakawalan, again, for the moment we all have been waiting for, we will now do the other set of our raffle, our second raffle for tonight. So these are, we will pick 4 raffle winners who will receive ATRAM merchandise So I'll give you 20 more seconds, okay? To scan that QR code na nakita na sa screen and register, because who knows, you might be this might be your lucky night and you can win ATRAM merchandise. So ano ba yung mapapanalunan nyo? So these are our wireless chargers. So yun yung nakikita nyo na black dyan. Patong nyo lang yung phone nyo dyan sa wireless charger and yung wooden speakers natin. And of course, yung Maya credits that will be also be given away later. So I think the Maya credits are dalawang 500 and dalawang 1,000 if I'm not tama. So we will have 6 winners. That would be 1 winner for the wireless charger, 1 winner for the wooden speakers. 3 winners for the wooden speakers, and of course Maya credits. So dalawang 500, isang 1,000. So again, I hope that gives everyone a little bit more than 20 seconds to register again, and who knows, this might be your lucky night. Right? So while we wait for those, let's start to read some comments down below. John Jimeno, Sumaya funds na yan. Thank you very much. Also, Trena Sim, thank you and good night everyone. Till next time, thank you very much for joining us. Ronald, Maya funds, thank you. All right, now let's proceed now to the raffle. Ready na po ba yung ano natin? It's ready. All right. So please, Tekin, can you please start doing the first draw as well? Thank you very much. So the winner of the wireless charger. So congratulations to Louis Lacer. Congratulations. We will reach out to you. Our marketing team will reach out to you on how you can claim your prize. Now, please let's spin the wheel for the second winner. All right, congratulations, Mariles Robertson. You are our second winner for tonight for the ATRAM merchandise. But before we proceed to the winners of the Maya credits, apat yun, dalawang 500 Maya credits and dalawang 1,000 Maya credits. May magsha-shout out lang po yung Lola ni Miguel. Lola ni Miggy for tuning in. Shout out po kay Lola for, of course, very proud Lola siya kay Miggy. Kasi nakita niyo yung apo niya ngayon to discussing Maya investments, ATRAM investment. So with that, let's now go to the next round of winners. Okay, so our first winner for the 500 Maya credits would be Roldan Lemoncito. So congratulations, sir. Our team will contact you on how you can claim your prize. Now let's get the ball rolling. Let's go for this for the second winner of the 500 Maya credit. All right, thank you very much, Tech Team, for this very creative way of drawing prizes. And congratulations to Jeneline Escanio. You are our second winner for the 500 peso Maya credit. So please use that so that you can invest on ATRAM investment funds. All right, let's now go to the first winner of the 1,000 Maya credits. Congratulations to Mr. Jerome Bautista. Nag-comment siya kanina. Sir, congratulations. You are our first winner for the 1,000 Maya credits. Hope you can use that to invest, of course, in ATRAM investment funds. And let's do the last draw for the last winner of the 1,000 Maya credits. All right. Our last winner is Miss Arlene Cebuhano Sangalang. So congratulations, ma'am. You are the last winner of 1,000 Maya credits. And congratulations to all our other winners. Our marketing team will contact you on how you can claim your prizes. So there you go. Please visit, of course, our Viber community group. That's #ATRAMPH community for the complete list of winners. So, syempre, para malaman natin. Our team, again, as I've mentioned earlier, will contact you through the contact details you provided on how you can claim your prize. Also, please don't forget to subscribe, like, or follow our official social media pages to keep you on the loop on the latest announcements. Scan that QR code that you can find on your screen. So our social media, of course, pages are our Atram Studio YouTube, Asset Management, our Facebook, ATR Asset Management in LinkedIn, and of course our IG page, which is Atram_PH. Again, guys, remember, as mentioned earlier, it is never too early or too late to start investing. Investing ensures that you will always have enough for the things you need and the things that are important to you. And most importantly, it gives you the freedom to achieve your dreams and goals to help you take charge of your future. We hope to see you on our next episode. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. It has been a very informative night. I wish you all the best. Take care, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a great day, everyone. Have a great week ahead. Thank you very much.